Peace to the family. Peace to the family. Peace to the family. How y'all feeling? Man, I just got a word for y'all, man. Listen, I don't know if y'all paying attention to what's going on in this country, but it's about to get worse. And I've been warning us, telling us exactly when it was going to get worse with precision. At InvestFest last year, I gave a breakdown, right, on exactly when this country is going to start exploding. You go back and you go listen to that. Since then, I did about maybe 6 to 7 different broadcasts and lectures about this. When I was in Boston, I gave a breakdown. The problem is I don't think people really paying attention until it's at their front fucking door. Right now, it's at your goddamn door. I'm in Los Angeles. They sweeping people up and people fighting back. And it's going to get worse. See, I told people, I say, you got to study, not news cycles. News cycles ain't shit. None of that means nothing. All that news, legacy news shit don't mean nothing. You feel me? And most of these media platforms don't mean shit. If we look at these media platforms, BET Weekend, now you go there, you vibe for the entertainment of it all. But you would swear ain't nothing was happening if you was thinking about, looking at these platforms, no standing up, no nothing. I'm going to tell you what's going to happen, and it's the playbook that continues to happen. They're going to make you feel so good through entertainment. The movies are getting better and blacker. Strategic imagination. It's going to make you feel so good because you're going to be like, whoa, yo, finally, we've been waiting on this. I watched the movie with Taraji P. Henson. It's one of the first Tyler Perry movies I liked. Why this year? The movie Forever, magnificent movie. Sinners, I got a crazy breakdown on vampire movies and solar cycles. Give y'all some more time on that one. But essentially they're saying that we know that they're going to be completely dissatisfied, so let's give them something to satisfy them. Let's greenlight these type of films that we know we've been holding back. Let's put less agenda in them and let's just give them something pure that makes it feel like they're winning without actually having any power. So the danger of it is all this black excellence is going to feel so goddamn good. But it's not going to mean nothing without the back end to go with it. Doesn't mean I say stop making those kind of movies because it's 100% important. Those type of shows 100% important. But the reality is more important. The reality of what's going on where, they're taking our brown brothers and sisters, and I know it's been a lot of weird-ass conflict between black community and Africans and black community and our brown brothers. That's some fake-ass, bitch-ass shit, to be honest. Because it's stupid. They don't give you no power. They don't give you no nothing. All it does is give you more enemies. And you can't even afford to fight the ones you already got. I see if it completely unified us and just get on the same economic time. Ain't even doing that. The problem with minding your own business, parlay, is that business end up at your front door too. So they thought the same thing in Germany. You know what I'm saying? Let me just mind my business, man. They ain't coming over here. They snatching up the neighbors. They think the same thing in every type of country because minding business is actually a fear reaction. Hope that it doesn't come to you, so I'm not going to get involved. And it always comes to you because an oppressor never stops oppressing. They don't just wake up and say, you know what, I've done enough. They look for who's next. But you make it easier to oppress when one group is standing by while the other group is getting oppressed. So now they not allies, and when it happened to you, they like, well, you stood around when it happened to us. So separate, divide the people, then conquer. It's going to continue to happen, man, and this shit is really fucked up because you got black and brown artists partying, Palestinian, Jewish artists partying, and the world on fire around them. You won't get a DJ Khaled to say shit about Palestine. Because as long as he got this little money, he going to take his fat ass in the street and go run with Ashton Hall. It's a fucked up world. And don't excuse my language because we need a wake-up call. It was like I was just thinking about this, seeing people outside fighting for their rights. Man, it's disrespectful. It's disrespectful that we ignoring the time that we living in, man. Like, shit ain't fucked up outside. Like, the world ain't messed up outside. The reason I talk about things like cosmology so much, we was talking about solar cycle 25, and I said, leading up to July, we go into peak cycles. Yesterday, they started reporting that electromagnetic activity was knocking out Elon Musk satellites. They've been trying to reinforce these satellites for years so that it could actually stop them, right, from being affected by the power of the sun. I want y'all to understand something, man. There are so many things that's beyond man's comprehension and power at this moment he afraid of. We got what they call corona mass ejection. Corona, it meaning crown, representing the sun. But when that sun opens up and it starts sending solar flares to Earth, it has an effect on the atmosphere of Earth. It has an effect on electricity. It has an effect on satellites. It has an effect on the signals. It has an effect on the technology. It has an effect on the human being, your cerebral brain fluid. It has an effect on your sleep rhythms, patterns, brain waves. During these times where you get financial collapse, you get social unrest and conflict, you get mood disorders. You ain't gonna be able to sleep right. Your heart patterns are disrupted, and you don't know why. The ancients will tell you fast during these times, because during these times when you're being affected by things outside of your control, then you focus on that which you can control. And fasting gives you more discipline and power over self. But we so stuck in the news cycles, we ain't in the cosmic cycle. We became a people who followed man and no longer follow God and wonder why we lost. There's a war going on outside. We just want to be entertained. I was talking with Swiss Beast, Timbo, Young Guru, and another good brother. In a conversation, and I appreciate what Swiss was saying, because all this technology shit, man, I'll be honest with you, that ain't the most impressive thing. That ain't the most impressive thing that we could do. Our greatest technology, we don't even use no more. And that's the power of the collective. We are technology we don't even use no more. There's no particular technology that can be invented in the universe that's more powerful than the unity of a people. There's none. When you see somebody outside and y'all on coat, man, what's up, brother? It was some brothers yesterday. I went out to see my brother Jay Murphy and Jerk and Joloff. You know what I mean? My African brothers doing their thing. And it was some brothers that bumped into my brother. They bumped into my brother while they was kind of dancing in front of him. Not dancing, but they just kind of in front of him. They kept kind of stepping on the shoe, and he had to tell one of them, like, brother, y'all got to respect the space a little bit. And that was a moment where it could have turned into something bigger. But, you know, one of the brothers knew me, and then, of course, it was just mutual respect at the end of the day. And we calmed down, went back to enjoying ourselves. Then, of course, afterwards, I see them outside, and I'm going to make sure I stop and speak to them. Like, we could have just kept walking. I'm like, no, y'all my brothers. Y'all not my enemies. These small disagreements we be having that turn into conflicts because we don't know how to communicate. We don't know how to communicate our minds, our thoughts. You feel me? We don't know how to communicate. Most of it just comes down to not knowing how to communicate as men. And it's been happening for far too long, and men need to learn how to communicate again. When you see another black man, man, what's going on with you, brother? That ain't no weird thing. Like, bro, we on code right now. The entire system of dapping was a technology that was created during wartime. You understand me? When brothers was at war and they get to know who was on code with them. Slaves used to have certain signals, signs, and symbols that they would patch into their clothing that had messages to tell you how to get free. This has all been things that we've done, man, and our generation starting to act like we forgot that shit. ChatGPT ain't more impressive than a human mind. It's cool. All it does is save you money. It don't save you mind. We gotta learn how to think again. Some of the most basic things on the planet Earth we gotta get to. I'm gonna tell you, man, and I don't like to speak in a degree of lack. But if I had more funding and things of that nature, which I will receive, I would do more. And I realize maybe it's just because I'm just not the type of person that ever asks. I'm sipping on some of that Supermind coffee, man. It's that good stuff. That's the only thing I drink. Supermind coffee, mushroom, again, with stuff like that.